We will get to the news, of course, guys, but...
Can you stroke my ball?
Actually, that's quite nice. Go over my cheek again. Ooh. That is really... Oh, I've never thought to actually just...
Go with it.
Go with it.
Yeah, just go with it. Don't fight it. Come on, put your face back. This is going to be a sensation.
Oh, God, it's quite nice, Mark.
We're just going to go over there for a bit.
Because usually I fucking hate it. Now, that's annoying when it's just brushing in my hair. Mark, don't. You're going to have to put it over the other side. Mark.
You say that to me every Friday.
Morning, everyone. I missed you guys. I haven't seen you for a few days.
Yeah, we missed you, Nads. But we held the fort.
I went out for a great night out the other night at the London Palladium. And I stayed the night out.
Show off.
But I filmed it all. I filmed my day, so it's going to go into the Vlogmas. Mark, no! That hurt me.
Oh, babe, it's a bobble. And if you watch the Vlogmas in which Lisa's hat, which was half the size of this, the bobble, for a moment does this, check out Nadia's response for overreaction. Have you seen that clip?
What can I do? I'm dramatic. I've always been dramatic since a small child.
Christ.
Morning, Nikki Hughes. Member for 19 months.
Hey,
welcome,
you know what
welcome,
happens
welcome,
at 24? Woohoo!
Welcome, welcome.
Can I just...
Welcome. Hit the subscribe button because I am going to tell you. You know we don't bullshit you. When we say we've got good stuff to give you, we give you good stuff. When it was the quiz, people got £100 vouchers. We've got a really, really nice gift that we are going to give in some way. We haven't worked out how we're going to do it yet at the end of Vlogmas, but you have to be a subscriber to the channel. And you know what? That doesn't cost you anything except this. Boom, subscribe. Boom, hit the notification bell.
Well, you need a Gmail account, that's for sure.
Yeah, but that takes you 2 minutes.
Just wanted to say thank you to Steph.
I'm not going to be able to take
Lovely
the hat
Christmas
for much
card.
longer just by...
And I wanted to say a lovely thank you to Steph and to Jane.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm done, so I'll see you later.
You're very naughty the way you keep sending us stuff. So after Christmas, because we know some people have already sent stuff, we are closing our P.O. box to anything except
over
cards.
a certain size.
Because we're worried that people are spending money on us, and it's so thoughtful and it's so lovely, but we don't want you. We feel bad.
Messages and all things like that. It's we love it, but we just we don't
yeah. So from Christmas, we're just going to close the PO box to all parcels because we feel bad.
We do feel bad.
And Emma, so lovely, really do. That's not. Because also, if we thank people for them, it gets the trolls out. And we don't want trolls being set up on people. Hello, Helen Groves. How are you? 11 months a member. I hope, well, you must be enjoying it because you're still here after 11 months. We've got a great Saturday night live show.
Saturday No Name Live, No Name Saturday Night
and
Live show.
And the reason we're doing it on Saturday instead of Sunday is because we are going out filming with Lisa tomorrow for Vlogmas.
Yeah, but we're not doing that until the evening. So
yeah.
Lovely Nadia Beautiful, says Jacqueline Frost. Patricia McGrath says, hi guys, I'm a new member. Patricia, we will
Patricia,
sing
we
to
will
you.
sing for you at the end. Who's that? Barbara Ashdown is straight into wanting to talk about favourite films.
Oh, well, no, we're going to save that. We're going to save that. That's a nice...
my glass. Mark, I can't take the hat. It's really annoying me. Please flick it over to the other side.
Sorry.
It's just constantly tickling me.
Okay. Sober. Done. Sing a song about scrambled eggs, Mark. I once knew an egg. He was very scrambled. I took him out and pushed him into the brambles.
Brambles.
That's it.
Egg and brambles.
But I think you might like this, Crafty 8. I only get my baubles out once a year. He's actually got his baubles out. Oh, I didn't realise that.
He looks a bit like Boris.
Sorry. I didn't realise he actually got his baubles out.
He looks like Boris.
That's kind of wrong in every conceivable way, so I apologise for this jumper. But they're supposed to be a bit tasteless, aren't they?
I've not spoken to anyone since Boris has done what he's done.
Speak, woman! Sorry.
I haven't spoken to any of you.
Well, since he's done which bits?
I've done
There's
Loose
so many
Women.
things he's done. Which bits?
Well, Prime Minister's Question Time is a fucking disgrace where he blamed Labour
but can I just say
for
about
mixed COVID regulations messaging.
But I listen to Prime Minister Questions Times every week, and he never answers anything. He only pushes back.
No,
mean,
I
it's-
wasn't saying he didn't answer. I'm saying he used the answer. You have confused the COVID regulations.
And he
Labour
told everyone
has.
to get a booster jab.
Whatever he was asked, however heartrending the comments were from the opposition, he just said, and get a booster. Has he got shares or something?
In
In
booster,
Pfizer?
probably.
He has.
Claire, sweetheart, I think Nadia's going to have to talk to Dina. We have not seen a pink parcel, have we?
No.
No, we have not seen a pink parcel.
We haven't
at
got
all.
anything
Sorry,
pink.
sweetie. So we'll talk to Dina. I'm pretty sure it must have gone next door. When do MPs actually ever answer questions? Happy
Some
Days Girl.
do, some
No,
do, to
Very
be fair.
few. Ken Clark does.
I'm not one for knocking all MPs.
I am.
Because no, I'm really not.
I really am.
Who was the poor chap that died, that got murdered a few months ago? You know, when you actually listen to,
David
to the
Ames.
countless people.
Well, he was an exception, really.
Yeah, but no, Mark, there's going to be
No,
plenty of MPs.
listen, okay, let me...
there.
Oh, God, blimey. All right, I didn't mean to get into a row straight away.
Who was having a row?
I thought we were.
Why are you being so annoying? Mark, stop it.
No, what I meant more specifically was cabinet, is members of the government. Cabinet members rarely, and they can't, rarely give straight answers because of this collective responsibility they have to have. The cabinet has to speak with one voice, even if there's disagreement within it. It's an
Well, actually,
old rule.
Matt Fry said today on LBC, he said the gaps, the pauses before cabinet members answer questions these days are getting really embarrassing. But you know who I'm gonna say something now that might piss everybody off.
Shit.
I don't think Sajid Javid is that bad.
Yeah, but
I
hang
quite
on. Yeah,
trust his
maybe, but
answers.
why did he pull out of all of his ministerial
Right, no,
appearances?
he answered that really
And
clearly.
what did he say?
He said he was actually really cross.
Oh, good.
He
I
said he
hoped
wasn't.
it was
He
that.
wasn't in government the year that happened, and he wanted to give the government a chance to respond. Basically, he said, "I wasn't going to come out as the whipping boy." He was really strong in his answer. Do you know what?
That's good, because I don't know if you remember on the morning I said I was outraged, and then I did suggest perhaps he didn't want to actually front
That's
this
what he
shit.
said.
That's
what
great.
he
I'm
said. So
really
that
pleased.
he went up again.
Sajid Javid for Prime Minister, I say.
Well, interesting. Anna Soubry, ex-Tory MP, who I really rate. She is such a straight talker. She's like Theresa
I'll
May
have
on
another look,
crack.
Claire.
She's like
Have another
Theresa
look.
May on crack in that she's got real oomph.
Hang on, let me just imagine that. Theresa May on crack. I think with her dance moves, it would be quite something, don't you?
But Anna Soubry, she's just so honest. She said something really interesting today because Matt Fry
Whisper
said,
it to me.
So, who do you think could take over if Boris is a dead man walking? She said, well, I don't know. I just don't know. And anyway, she had a bit of a think. And she said, do you know what? I worked for... Sajid Javid was my boss when she worked in the business department. And she said he's matured so much as a politician. And, you know, he's a good person, she said, basically. So she said he
Seems
could
like
be.
he seems like a solid fella.
Rishi Sunak could be.
Rishi, I'm a bit. There's a bit of a fishy on a dishy. I've had enough of
Well,
Rishi.
do you know what I liked about Rishi the other
What?
day? He was transmitting stuff to us with his eyes.
He was what?
Transmitting stuff to us with his eyes.
I
Prime
no,
Minister's
I beg
question
to
time,
differ.
he had a full
No, I
mask.
beg-
Somebody said, oh, it was the one time the Tories didn't mind having their masks on when he had to answer all those
I
questions.
beg to differ.
So he was right up like this. This is what he was doing, right? He was going, because Priti Patel was going like this. Like, oh yes, it's been terrible for the Prime Minister.
Do Rishi.
Rishi was going, hang on, let me get big eyes.
No,
No, go and have a
I
look.
saw the footage. Rishi
was going...
was not doing that. Rishi had a look of severity and was just looking in an angular fashion
He
downwards.
was looking in a
He
tortured way. This was Rishi.
No, baby, he just had his eyes. But everyone looks like that with a mask on.
No, they don't.
Yes, they
he
do.
was staring straight ahead. Does anyone remember Rishi's eyes?
Look happy. See?
No, it's not the same.
It is
Okay,
the same.
I'm not doing it well. This was it then.
Yeah, that's probably quite.
Yeah,
I
that's
thought, I
it.
thought
That-
he was.
this is
I thought
it.
he was
This
wanting
is
to
it.
break wind. He looked like it. I mean, the
He
great.
was frozen in horror and shame.
The great thing with
And
masks
Priti
is
Patel
everyone can
wasn't.
fart and you don't smell it. Crafty Ape says, I was Theresa May's crack dealer. And her crack dealer. I think she has a collection of crack pipes, actually. Diana
No, but the point
Adams, I
is...
agree with you.
No, that's the bit I was going to tell you. So, I think
I don't know
Michael
why,
Gove's been
Caesar.
looking a bit dodgy around the eye area
Hang
when
on.
he's out.
Hang on.
Drunk a lot.
No, hang on. Can I just say something about the Michael Gove
No,
story?
not yet.
No,
No, in case it's too bad.
No, I think you're about to run down a gully of humour, and I actually think there's a much more worrying development.
All right, well, let me go down the gully of humour, and then you can bring us back.
Okay, you head down the gully of humour, I'll hijack it with seriousness. Right, let's go.
So, when Anna Soubry was giving her predictions for who might take over from Boris, because Boris is a dead man walking, Matt Fry pretended. He says, there's a message. I've just had a text from Michael Gove saying, how come Michael Gove isn't on your list, Anna? And he went, well, she said, very interesting question, because Michael Gove is always a player. I mean, he's always trying to get in there. She said, but due to reasons that one couldn't discuss in public, he is out of the game.
Is that because he's
think
been
he's
seen
too-
dancing?
No, I think I think his eyes look funny when he's out and about.
Okay,
At
okay.
night-time.
Okay, so it is partly to do with him going out dancing a lot. My thing about Michael Gove is he shot himself in the foot when he so clearly betrayed Boris in the, in the election to the leader of the.
People I know that know him say
Conservative
he's a
Party.
really nice man.
Now, hang on. I first came across Michael Gove. I am not a Gove defender, by the way. I can't stand the guy.
Andy Burnham for Prime Minister.
But Toffee. But I remember him first when he used to be on a culture show called The Late Show, and he was a guy who would come in. He was one of the four people. People would describe it as a pretentious show, but it was at a time when it was the only show that was about anything vaguely relating to culture. He'd come on, and I have to confess, I found him really, really interesting. He was interesting, he was engaged, he was enthusiastic, he was plugged in, all that kind of stuff. So he is actually plugged into pop culture. Now he's become a caricature, a sort of Mr. Bean-like caricature, a mascot for stupidity at the edges of the Conservative Party. I've heard other comments, bullying comments from other members of the Conservative Party dismissing him.
Oh.
And dismissing him on the
God, when
basis
they turn on their own.
on the basis of his alcohol consumption. And I'm really concerned, watch this space, that you could be
could go
getting
down the
Charles
same route as
Kennedy
Charles
vibes.
Kennedy.
And I think people do need to be really careful about using that line of criticism against him.
Well,
honestly,
maybe she said it
I'm not
to
suggesting she
actually.
did.
Maybe she said it in the way that she did because it needs to be addressed.
Yeah.
And if he has got a problem with alcohol, it needs to be.
And there are times when, I mean, I don't know if you remember, Charles Kennedy was on the Question Time drunk.
He
that
was
time.
such a good brain.
He was
as
a
well.
great brain. He was
Yeah.
incredibly funny. He was incredibly witty. He had a lot of the same characteristics that Gove had before he got into this power struggle. And if you think about where Gove's career has gone and how he was perceived, it wouldn't be surprising that people do turn to drink and things like that. So I'm not saying it's a fact, but I am saying that when I approach the Gove as a sort of character or person in the public eye, I tend to kind of step back a bit. My radar is high. You know when people say, how do you know someone's
When you think it's-
struggling? I think he's struggling in his own way. Yeah.
But you can't really be in the position that he is and struggling.
Look at this.
It's a very responsible job.
No, I agree. The
And you can't
Furious
rescue it.
Time Lord Cyberman Adventures. I'm back on YouTube on the 20th of November. What does that mean? That's kind of chilling but exciting at the same time. Do you remember that? They used to have the it was like an anus hole, wasn't it, into infinity. An anus hole into space. For members, I did a Advent Calendar read-along story, which has just landed. Do go over there. It's a good one. It's a sci-fi one. Nanny Di's in the room.
Hi, Nanny Di.
Nanny Di, you're going to enjoy the Advent read-along. I'll send you the link because I know that you can't access the members area very easily. Okay, so how come we were talking about Gove? Boris. Is Boris a dead man walking?
Yes.
That's the question. Yes or no, everyone?
I've been listening a lot to the radio, and I mean, Anna Soubry today was saying that MPs are absolutely livid, and once they think in the Conservative Party, once you really have fucked up, they devour you in second. They just spit you out.
They do, but
But who's going to take over?
No, but they do, and they do usually when it's a very tight majority in the House of Commons and the backbenchers hold the sort of the bollocks of power. You know, it could if the bollocks sort of lower a touch on the left.
Who's bollocks?
The heavy bollock is the backbenchers. The
Right.
light bollock, sort of retreating into the abdomen, is Boris. in previous years when
Boris
when,
is a light bollock.
in previous
Okay.
incarnations of the government. So imagine that.
Right.
That's why previous leaders have quite quickly been overwhelmed by the bigger bollock of the backbenchers. But there's quite a bit of equilibrium between Boris's bollock and the backbenchers' bollock this year. The backbenchers don't have such a sort of hold or such a cupping on Boris's bollock. Because Boris has a lot of new MPs. He won by quite a hefty majority. And he's got a lot of new MPs who, I don't know if you remember, had to sort of almost swear loyalty to their dictator in order to get into government.
Well, somebody said the other day, Mark, that he was thinking of bringing the recess forward so he didn't have to face another Prime Minister's question time. I said, can he actually do that? He said, yeah, but isn't that a dictatorship? If you move around the way Parliament works so that you don't have to answer questions. Is that possible? Can he do that?
Yes, absolutely. Kate finds a pen. Who are the eunuchs in this analogy, Mark? I think probably as they've always been, the Liberal Democrats.
Wow, Keir Starmer.
Keir Starmer's a bit of a
Right, it
eunuch.
says he just can't land a punch.
Sounds like a eunuch. But next time Boris does a press conference, look at him and ask yourself, is he a large bollock or is he a small bollock?
I think now
unfortunately, I think he's
people
still
are
quite a large
starting
bollock.
to realise he just does not answer a question. I mean, he just doesn't, ever.
Well, I loved what someone said this morning. Did you say it, or I read it somewhere, that he's treating the nation like he has done all of his relationships.
His relationships, yeah, exactly.
And that's quite true.
And again, Anna Soubry was saying today, you know, to Matt Fraser, she goes, you'll know better than anyone. It's almost impossible to get him onto any programme.
Yeah.
He just doesn't. I mean, he's our Prime Minister. He should be everywhere answering these fucking questions. He just doesn't come. And she says
Boris
he has
the
this
narcissist,
way.
says then.
He just has this way of laughing everything off and saying it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. And she said it's wearing thin with everybody.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll ask the question again. Is he a dead man walking? Is he finished? Yes or no? Is he finished? Yes or no? And then we'll move on. Is he going to survive all of this? Yes or no? And I ask you all, I encourage
agree,
you all to
Jill. We
hold
need
on
Andy
to the
Burnham.
bollock analogy, okay? For yes, he's going to survive. Yes, Kaylee.
You think he's gonna
Keely Windle,
survive?
yeah, majority of people saying he's going to survive. He always gets away with it, says May Boo.
But this is what's
yes,
so
big
awful,
time,
isn't
says
it?
Claire Ross
That he
Reid.
can do all of this. Claire, can I just ask you, the present that you're asking about, was it a silver thing that goes on the tree? Because we had these lovely silver things, decorations sent to us, and we didn't know who they were from. So if that's what you sent us, they're lovely, thank you. And if it's not you, whoever it is, makes it known.
Kerry Smith, what was the question? Is Boris finished? Is he a dead
Is he a dead man walking? Is he going to survive this latest?
Yeah, most people. Yeah. Is he going? No, I asked, is he going to survive? That's what people are answering. So yes, yeah, everyone thinks he's. I personally think he's going to survive. I don't.
I think people have got confused by the question.
Well, no, because you changed it.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right. It's okay. I'm just going to go over there and make myself another coffee.
No, you are not. You've had. I heard you from upstairs. No, and you just had. No, you're going to be so annoying, and especially with that fucking hat. No. No.
Okay. Easy, Tiger. Yeah, Lewis Craig's confused by the question because it went one way and then it went the other. A bit like my hat. It's a bit like the bollocks analogy. They go up, they go down, they go around. I don't want them to go around. Has anyone seen Bad Grandpa? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Do you remember the scene I'm
Sometimes
talking
it went
about?
a bit over the top.
What, the moment where he ran through a strip club with a ball sack dragging along the floor,
Yeah, I
which he
didn't
slung
like
over
that.
his shoulder?
I didn't like that.
I thought
That was
that
a bit
perhaps
much.
went a bit too far. Melanie Williams, no, more seriously, the Tories need to be in lockstep. If one goes down, the rest will. See, it goes back to the analogy. If one goes down, the rest will. He's survived so far. He's another Iron Lady, says Michael Barnes.
Christine Barker says, can't he have decaf coffee? No, we've tried that.
Well, no, what I have done for a while is had one decaf with a calf. That's quite a way of reducing one's caffeine intake.
Claire says, no, it's a purple thing with lots of bits inside.
Okay.
Just haven't-
Well, we'll ask. I think it must have gone to your sisters.
I detest him too, says Katie. Katie, I agree with you.
Michael Gove, going back to Michael Gove, has hinted that, well, not hinted, we hit the highest number of new cases of people having COVID since the 9th of January yesterday. And I think the reason that, okay, yeah, I know we need to unpack that for a bit. I think the reason that's a cause for some concern to the government is that even with the booster, so the booster apparently gives you something like 75% resistance to the Omicron crumpet variant, as we call it. We call it the crumpet variant here.
Everyone started calling it the crumpet variant.
no, we want it.
At work
Oh,
as well.
have they? The crumpet variant. It's much preferable. So here's the thing: 75% protection with the booster. So it doesn't take a genius to think, well, okay, that's a quarter of people for whom it's potentially ineffective. You've also got vaccination waning of the previous 2 vaccines, and so the booster still only gives you 75%. And you've still got the older members of society for whom it might not be as, fatal, but still can cause extraordinary levels of illness.
Well, no, it doesn't. We don't know that yet.
Well,
it hasn't. Nowhere has said that.
But no
yet.
one has yet said that it's any less severe for older people.
Well, that we don't know, but
No,
we don't
know.
We also don't know that it is serious, that there is serious illness. But I was really annoyed with Nicola Sturgeon's. There's going to be a tsunami of infections, but quite possibly of mild symptoms.
I worry.
It's just so. It's just.
I worry the government. Look at Michael Gove said today,
scaremongering.
having come out of a COBRA meeting, he said we're in a deeply concerning situation. And I think that perhaps they know something we don't.
And
Perhaps
perhaps they are still
numbers.
fanning away from parties and Boris and all of that.
Potentially, is this all a distraction?
Because they can totally cover themselves with it. Because there are going to be mass infections because it's highly transmittable, but it doesn't necessarily mean we're all going to be ill.
Well, put it this way.
Some of
people
these
are
symptoms
whether
only
you
last
like
an
it or
hour.
not, people are now talking about. I'm just reporting. I'm just telling you what this.
I know,
Don't
but I'm
shoot the
speaking to that other
messenger.
side.
I'm not subscribing to this.
No, I know, but you're saying one side and I'm saying another side because otherwise it's all very depressing.
There is talk now of Plan C. There are mutterings of Plan C. What would you do, guys? What would you do if a lockdown was instigated over Christmas?
I wouldn't adhere to it.
What would you do?
I said this the other day, actually. Well, I said, I now know how to keep my family safe, right? So Christmas Eve, my parents are coming here. And they will still be coming here because my dad is 88, my mum is 84. What are they going to do? Sit on their own for Christmas Eve? Again, no. They're going to come here. I'm going to have it ventilated. We'll have them 2 meters. We'll have them a table over there. We'll have separate things and they will be safe as they can be. Because I'm telling you now, all those people in government that are making these rules will be doing that. They will be doing that.
I'm looking at it. Absolutely everyone here is saying that they'd ignore them.
Everybody. I haven't spoken to a single person
A few not.
that has
Hazel
said
Malbon
that
used
they
common sense.
won't see their loved ones.
Right.
We know now what we need to do. Ventilation. Don't all sit in a crammed room with all the doors and windows closed.
Yeah.
Get your boosters though. I'm still not completely sold on the booster.
Helen Groves, I wouldn't adhere to it. Angela Thompson, ignore it, but keep safe.
Yeah.
Heather Westgarth wouldn't make any difference to me as my family is in France.
And also, I'm going to wear a mask when I'm out and about because it's really difficult for people that can't have the vaccine. I'm not of the school of thought of like, right, these bloody Tories, they've lied to me, so I'm not wearing a mask and I'm not doing anything because I'm thinking about other people. But I'm certainly not going to be told what to do in my own home. No way.
Loose Gnome says, I have extreme anxiety, so I'd adhere to it, but I also do understand what Nadia's saying about her parents. My family will stay outside, says Julie N, and I'll be inside, and Christmas presents will be left outside from me just before my family arrive. Melly Mel, I have already had to cancel our Christmas trip back to the UK, so it will be another lonely one, not being able to be with family. Yeah, it's don't forget, even if there's no lockdown and there's no restrictions, I tell you what my worry is you're absolutely right. I worry that the government are now caught in the headlights. The Labour Party are ahead of them in the polls. And as I said a couple of days ago, they're now going to start to follow science that hasn't even arrived yet. So they didn't follow the science in the past. They're now following science that hasn't
even
landed.
happened.
So they're predictively following science that is in the future, whereas they didn't even follow the science. But
John
they're going to do
Campbell
that.
is so optimistic about this variant.
Yeah, well, someone else said just here, I think it was Mackay, said even a Tory MP said there have been no hospitalisations from Omicron.
No hospitalisations and no deaths.
No.
And Chris Whitty, when they were on the podium the other day, said hospitalisations and deaths are down. That was not going to happen on that day, Plan B.
No.
Plan B had to come but Plan B wasn't going to happen on that day. And he thinks we are so stupid that he makes that big announcement to distract from what he's done. And I'm really worried that he's actually succeeded.
Definitely. I think he definitely has.
He plays so dirty. He plays... how anyone can put their trust in that man, I just don't know. He's a confirmed liar.
And narcissist. Now, more seriously, in America, they're dealing with a real natural disaster. More than 50 feared dead in Kentucky's worst ever tornadoes. Now, I filmed years ago in Kansas, and we filmed tornadoes. Crazy people who chase after tornadoes. Back in the day when little mini cams were little tiny little tape cams and stuff like that. Crazy shit. And, they'd see a tornado on get in their car and drive off, filming themselves. Just absolutely crazy. This is
They're
serious.
the same people that climb really dangerous mountains and jump out of planes.
They're more like... I liken them, interviewing them, I liken them more to train spotters on acid.
But there is something, I remember when we used to go and see your nan, when those waves used to come up right up to over the cliff. There is such a thrill and such a power around nature like that, isn't it? You're inextricably drawn.
But I think this is yet more of an example of climate change. So the governor of the US state of Kentucky has warned that about 50 people are probably thought to have been killed by tornadoes, though that number is more likely to be between 70 and 100. That is a lot. That is a lot of people. The tornadoes wreaked such havoc that an Amazon warehouse was essentially taken off the ground and thrown around. An Amazon warehouse. This is a serious story.
No, I'm sorry, it's just your hat, babe. You're looking really serious, but your hat.
I see, okay. Where is Total Storm Addict these days? Well, no, you're right. Total Storm Addict was chasing tornadoes.
Yeah.
But I thought they were in Australia.
Can you imagine anything? It's so petrifying.
Look,
it's like tsunamis.
To
just have no control when nature turns. My greatest fear is tsunami. This is like a wind tsunami, isn't it? It must be just, oh God, thank God we live in such a...
Yeah.
We're very blessed.
Sedate in terms of climate.
We all have to look after the planet because we're all going to be in this sort of shit, aren't we?
So, favourite Christmas films, guys. We've got to the fun bit. We've got to the silly bit. We've got to the light-hearted bit. Is Elf your favourite? You're not a massive Will Ferrell fan, are you?
I don't blindly follow every single thing he does, but I adore him. I think he's a genius, yeah.
Here we go.
And I love Elf.
Gremlins, Lucy Nome. That has become a Christmas film. It's funny, isn't it? Home Alone, Clodagh Egan. Can I ask
The Grinch. Now I hate The Grinch.
Yeah. Oh, that's the one.
Hate
the
it.
Grinch.
I have to go upstairs.
And you like Jim Carrey, don't you?
Yeah, but I hate The Grinch. It just depresses me. Such a horrible story.
Well, I think it's
with
fantastic.
horrible people in caves.
Caesar, can I ask, why is Die Hard a Christmas film? I saw it once many years ago, and I know there's many shots.
Die Hard?
Yeah, Die Hard is considered a Christmas movie.
Why?
Well, that's what I'm asking. Why? I want to know why.
I like Daddy's Home. That's become a favourite.
Daddy's Home 2.
Daddy Home 2, yeah, I love that.
That's really good. What have we got here? Home Alone 2, Amy Roper. Holiday, Hazel Malbon. Groundhog Day, a few people. Creatorholic, E.T. Oh, okay, Caesar. It takes place at Christmas.
Creatorholic, Groundhog Day isn't
Tumbleweed.
Christmas. Groundhog Day isn't a Christmas film, is
Yeah,
it?
but yes, it is. I think it happens around... But now, we went to
Janet Smith watched Elf last night. We usually watch it on the 1st of December.
When we watched Groundhog Day, we got ground down. We had to stop watching it. It felt so dated. Trading Places for me has a strange Christmassy feel. Love Actually, Louise Jones. Planes, Trains and Automobiles. Do you remember that film, Monsieur, with John Candy, wasn't it? Was that his name? The comedian. Last Christmas.
Oh, Gabrielle Polar Express. The girls love that, and It's a Wonderful Life.
And A Christmas Carol with Jim Carrey. That, for me, is one of the best animated Christmas films that's been made.
Do you know what? I can't wait to see it. It's not Christmassy. West Side Story is out.
Yes, you're looking forward to that, aren't you?
Really am.
Yeah, when can we go and see it? I really want to see it.
I don't know.
Mrs. Miracle, Susie Taylor. Well, I'll have to see it because we have to review
I
it.
definitely want to see it. I want to take Kiki as well.
Polar Express, a lot of people. Miracle on 34th Street, White Christmas. Right, okay. Can you guess? What do you think? What do you think the Queen's favourite film is? Christmas film. I was
Wonderful
staggered.
Life?
No, I was staggered and amazed by this.
I'm not going to know.
Just have a few guesses just to be part of the fun, Naz. What's wrong with you? I hate people who play games and go, I don't know. I don't know. There's no fun, is there? All right, I'll just go down the pub then.
Is it a music? White Christmas?
It is a bit musical.
White Christmas.
No. Do you want to know? Flash Gordon.
That's not a Christmas film.
Well, there's that interesting point.
No, but you can't say what's the Queen's favourite
That's what
Christmas
she
film
said.
and then choose a film that
That's
bears
what
no
she
relation
said.
to Christmas.
When asked the question, she said Flash Gordon is what she watches on Christmas Day. What makes a Christmas
I think
film?
she's all right. She's not been well.
But isn't that camp? I thought she likes a really camp
don't
film
think
for
that's
Christmas.
true.
Well, okay, the Mirror reporting it. Oh, look, Running Up That Hill hates Jim Carrey.
Running up that hill, I'm running
Up
down
that
the hill.
road, I'm running into strange places. I'm getting that funny feeling in my chest again. So we've got to say a welcome to Patricia McGrath.
Welcome, Patricia McGrath. Welcome, Patricia McGrath. Welcome, Patricia McGrath. Welcome, Patricia McGrath.
I would recommend, because someone drew my attention to it, watching this once there are subtitles. Because the subtitling system completely changes
It's
what we're saying. It's very
hilarious.
funny. And I've also got here a welcome to Mr. Sajeev Javid. You nearly went!
I thought it was somebody that called themselves that.
You nearly went. There you go. Anyway, guys, have a lovely day. Obviously, Vlogmas will be landing later. Members, you've got a No Name Saturday evening show at 6 o'clock. There's an Advent read-along that's just landed in the members area. I realise there hasn't been a members live, so we will do some cards in the Saturday No Name Saturday evening show, yeah? We'll put some cards away there. So have a lovely day, guys. Stay safe and stay smelly as well.